Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Amber Rose, also known as the Religious Hippie. You can basically follow me on any social media platform, or you can check out my website at thereligioushippie.com. I have a lot of great stuff on there like economy rosaries, and you can also donate on there to help me keep this ministry running. I would highly appreciate it if you guys liked and subscribed because that helps us so much. I truly could not do this ministry without you guys, so thank you so much to everyone who has donated in the past. And today we're going to be doing a Q&A about TikTok, and social media kind of in general. So yeah, this should be really fun. So let's get started.
Slightly different question. Best safety tips for public figures like you on social media?
Yeah, this is a big one. I have had stalkers in the past, and I've had a lot of people who have not been the most let's say, respectful of my space or of my privacy. One of the best things I can suggest is just being very careful about where you are filming and what you are showing in your videos or what you're putting out there in public. Don't show your school, don't show your house, don't show the front of your house or your address, get a PO box. I would also highly suggest that you guys get a VPN. Those are just very helpful. And then also changing your passwords monthly, because changing your passwords is something everybody should be doing to avoid getting hacked. But sometimes it still happens, but changing them regularly is a great way to stay on top of that. In general, we just have to remember that the internet can be a very dangerous place. There's a lot of people on the internet with different intentions, so just be careful about what you put out on the internet and be sure you're not sharing too much personal information.
How to set boundaries for social media and following through with them?
One thing I would highly suggest for this is to make sure that you have app timers on your phone. These are timers to remind you when you've been spending too much time on social media. Make sure you have strict rules with yourself about not being on your phone or social media before bed. It's okay if you're texting people and you have the blue light filter on or whatever, but make sure you're setting those strict boundaries with social media because it can impact our mental health and our sleep cycles and the way that we go about our day. So it's very important that we are taking breaks from the phone and from social media and actually focusing on things that matter.
How do you resist vanity and wanting to check your likes?
Well, for starters, I have a spiritual director that keeps me very humble. So we'll start with that. But he's amazing and fantastic. I would say, though, that when it comes to looking at the likes and how to not become vain and like, oh, people are liking what I do, I keep reminding myself that this is God's ministry, not mine. And if he takes it away, he takes it away. He gave it to me. And so that is something that I am trying to fulfill, and it's not about me. And that's something that I just have to keep reminding myself.
Should TikTok be banned?
I think so, honestly. And a lot of people might disagree with me, and I'd love to know your guys' opinions about that in the comments below. However, I do believe that TikTok is one of the worst social media apps out there, and it does need to be banned. And if you guys want more information on that, I did a whole video about why you should delete TikTok a little bit earlier, a couple weeks ago. So check that out.
How to discern if it's okay to follow certain people with problematic views, like pro-choice, etc.
So for me, I usually follow people with problematic views to get news from them. So to keep up with what they're posting, to know what they're talking about, so then I can report to my people what's going on. Now, I would not follow those people if I did not have a platform of some type to be like conveying what I've been learning from them to you guys. I would not be following them. I also follow the Kardashians, even though I don't agree with anything they say. But when Khloe Kardashian came out about the surrogate thing and how she has a hard time connecting with her surrogate son because she wished somebody had told her the truth about surrogacy, I latched onto that. I'm like, that's really interesting. I'm glad that she's coming out about that and talking about that. So that's why I follow people like that, to give you guys that information. But if I didn't have a platform, I personally wouldn't be following those people. I say you would have to discern based off how it affects your spiritual health, because if it's not leading you closer to Jesus, we shouldn't be engaging with it. So,
how do you balance having social media and staying productive and close to God?
Like I've said in other videos, especially about productivity, something that I have to do is I have to do time blocking. And so there are specific times during the day that I go on my phone to either post, or I have posts that are scheduled for me. And those are the times that I am solely focused on that, but I'm always doing it for God. And so he is still a big part of my day in that way, because without God, my ministry is nothing. I am nothing. We are nothing. And so that's really important to prioritize. We should be prioritizing our day around God, not God around our day.
What age should a child be allowed to have access to the internet?
So it depends on maturity levels. I do not believe children should have iPads or screens or anything of that nature because I've seen how it's affected them until they're probably in their teens. And I might get a lot of hate about that because moms will say they want like 5 minutes of peace and quiet and they just, I understand. But watching a movie together as a family, to me, is a better way of giving them screen time than putting an iPad in front of them so that you can get something done. Personal opinion, I don't have kids, so I can't really speak on it just yet. That's just my personal opinion from observation and experience. However, when it comes to social media, I do not believe anyone should be on social media until the age of 18. That is something that I truly, truly believe because social media is such a dangerous place for minors. And we really need to take that seriously. And it's affecting teenagers. Depression rates are high for very, very young children. It's tied to social media usage. So please be diligent if you are a parent and your child has social media and they're not 18. When they turn 18, there's not much you can do about it. But I highly, highly, highly recommend that you do not give your child screen time or social media until they're 18. It's really, really important that you cultivate healthy habits and positive attitudes before they become an adult. And we do that by not giving them screens and by not letting them have social media.
How do you enjoy social media without worldly views affecting your spiritual life?
I would say something that gives me peace is knowing that I am a part of the one true faith, which is Catholicism. I can look at worldly views and I can see what's going on in the world and still find peace in Christ because I know that it's all in God's hands. I personally try not to read into it too much. I usually go and seek those sources out if I'm looking for information on a specific topic or something that's going on in the world today. And it can be very disheartening when you see what's going on, but we really need to have faith in God. We really need to understand that He is in control and that this is our ship and not our home, as St. Therese of Lisieux says. Also, if it is really affecting you, avoid it at all costs. Because if it's causing disruption in your spiritual life and in your life, we should be avoiding it. And with all of that being said, thank you so much, guys, for tuning into this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will talk to you next time. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye!